Hey guys, welcome back. This is my next video in my comprehensive beginners workshop series on meditation. So thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't checked out the earlier videos in the series, please be sure to do so, as especially the first two videos, they really build on some foundational practices, which is sort of what the channel is all about. But of course, you're free to pop in and out as you need, and I'm just happier that you're here. This is a channel where you can learn about the foundations of mindfulness practice, get tips on the ins and outs of meditation, and no matter what your level, where you can meditate with me. So let's go ahead and get started. Just one more thing, if there's anything that I didn't cover during the video, please go ahead and leave me a comment down below, or you can feel free to message me on Instagram. Also, if there's anything you got out of the video, please go ahead and share it with friends, give it a like and subscribe, as that really is going to help me out. And it's my goal to reach 1,000 subscribers in the first 6 months, and I'm sure that together we can do that. So thanks so much in advance. Today we're going to be looking at anxiety again. This is sort of a part 2 on this topic, as there's so much to cover, and I know that it's something that a lot of us struggle with. So that said, the previous segment kind of talked about what we can do when we're not meditating or when we're off the cushion. And today we're going to be focusing on what we can do actually during our practice of meditation. What are the tools that we can engage? And also, how the practice itself of meditation is kind of an anxiety cure. And not just that, but really for any kind of mental or thinking problem that we're having, it's a way that we can cut through a lot of those problems and really just mitigate them and rise above them in a way. So I'm excited to share these tools with you, as they're really useful. And the first thing is really kind of the essence of the practice, which is this calm abiding practice, which I've talked about. It's called shamatha, which is that we are just allowing our thoughts to be. We're not going to try and fight this process, this mental process that is sort of always going on in the background. It's actually the purpose or the function of our mind is to be creative. To think of things, to come up with ideas, to remind us of the past, to think about the future, and that this is a natural aspect of the mind. The problem sometimes, though, is when our mind gets out of control and we feel like it's controlling us instead of us controlling it. And the way that we can learn how to kind of tame the mind is that we allow it to be. That instead of having this kind of out of control animal, instead of like really forcing it to be where we want, or dragging it along, that we just give it space and we say, you know what, it's okay. Go ahead and do your thing. You're safe here. I'm not going to attack you every time I don't like what you're doing, and because really that just makes it worse. And the way that that happens in our actual thought process, or in our actual sitting on the meditation cushion, is that when the thought arises, that instead of attaching onto it and kind of adding more energy to the thought, that we're going to allow it ideally just to kind of move through. That we have this frame of our mind, and I like to think of a cloud just pushing through. And we notice the cloud, it's there, yes, but are we going to go up to it and do all kinds of stuff? Or are we going to do the opposite and try to like destroy it? It's like, no, it's there, it is there. We can't help that. But what we can do is not add any energy to it. So as we're sitting down, we're breathing, and when we notice thinking, that we're just allowing that thinking process to exist. And one tip I do want to give, which is I think really essential, and when I first heard this, it kind of like blew my mind, which is that if we are sitting down and we are having some kind of really strong emotion or really strong anxiety, that it is okay to leave our breath for a few seconds or a little while, and that we can sort of attend to our breathing, attend to our thinking. And just, if it's really kind of out of control, really loud, really chaotic, that we can just be with our thinking for a while, for a second. And again, though, not engaging in the thought. So if it's like, oh my God, I have so much to do, or this is out of control, or I'm never gonna get it done, and I'm a failure, or I'm messed up, whatever it could be. It could be about random stuff. But really focusing on really strong emotions, that we can just allow ourselves to notice that thought and just notice it. And give actually for a second, because it's so strong, and instead of fighting against it because it's kind of going to overpower us, that we can actually allow ourselves to just be with that just momentarily. It's not like we're gonna spend the rest of the meditation doing that. And the last tip and something that goes along with that instruction is that we're going to use our body as a way to process and to receive this overwhelming energy. And I know that the video is about anxiety, and it is true, but it could be sadness, it could be depression, it could be anger, whatever really strong emotion that we might be having at that time. If we really feel like it's overpowering, that we're going to give it our focus for a moment. We're not going to contribute any kind of thinking to it. We're just allowing ourselves to notice and be with that. And the last thing that I'm saying now is that we're going to actually focus our energy on our face, in our chest, and in our abdomen. So 1, 2, 3. And why those 3 places? It's because that's usually when we feel emotions, that's usually where we have the most kind of energy. And you might not feel anything in your face or anything in your chest. Your stomach might be like really tight, or you might have some kind of sensations that you don't even know what that is. Or maybe you never noticed, when you were anxious, you never kind of put your focus in your stomach, in your digestive system. Go ahead and do that. And it's said, actually, and this might be a little out there for some of you, but it's actually been studied that emotions are actually physical sensations. And not only that, but that they don't last longer than about 30 seconds. So that might be like, well, what are you talking about? I've been through days where I'm sad all day, or I'm this all day, and so have I. But generally, the way that works is that it's because we continue to kind of engage that physical feeling, that we kind of prolong its life. So next time that you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, or maybe you are now, maybe that's why you started to watch this video, see if you can do that. See if you can focus on your breathing, find a still space to sit. And if you're feels so overwhelming, then go ahead and let yourself sort of watch your thoughts or watch your mind. And along with that, just paying attention. How do I feel in my chest? How do I feel in my abdomen? How does it feel in my face, in my forehead, around my eyes? And you might never have done something like this, and that's okay. Just give it a shot. See how it feels. And everyone's experience is different, but you might notice that this emotion or this feeling might go away, or at least become less scary, less overpowering. So that said, if you haven't already sort of been doing that, let's go ahead and just meditate for just about a minute. Finding your stable seat. Sitting with your back straight. And allowing your focus to come to your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. And again. And just noticing the space between your thoughts. And what I mean by that is, as you breathe in, you might be focusing on your breath. And then, a thought arises. And at that time, we're moving our thinking, our focus to our breathing again. And by doing that, we're sort of increasing that space between each thought. And if we feel a strong, overwhelming feeling, we can allow ourselves to just focus on that momentarily. We can focus on our body, on our abdomen, on our chest. Just noticing the sensations in our body. And just one more breath here. So thank you so much. That's our time for today. How did it go? Feel free, please, to leave me a comment in the comment section below. And, was there anything, did it work? Did it not make sense? Was it something new, or have you tried something like this before? And just one thing that I think is very important is, if you do have a clinical issue with anxiety, or if you feel like your anxiety truly is out of control, that I really encourage you to see professional help and to get that help. These are techniques that are functional, that they do work, but they're not necessarily a replacement for getting the help you need. So just make sure you go ahead and do that. And I want to encourage you that even if you are watching these videos, and even if they are helping you, that you want to make sure that you get the assistance that you need for your issue. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.